I'm just so thrilled and happy to be here and share with you. This MD seminar is actually sponsored by the AC Down Syndrome Society. It is also sponsored by the Pathways of Hope Neurodevelopmental Services. So we are here just because all the hard work Rosalie Wagner has put together in putting together the BC Down Syndrome Center Society, and we also want to give a special thanks to the Christian Heritage Online School Services. They have been tremendous in their help and their support of us, and we're just so grateful for them, because without those two entities, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be helping families help their children, which is our passion. I'm Linda Kane. I'm from Ogden, Utah. My associate is Sylvia Buck from Okotoks, Alberta. And so before we get started, we'll tell you a little bit more about us. But before we get started, one of our families we asked her to come and just give a brief little testimony of her work with her son through this approach. And so Jules Green, if you'd like to come and give a little bit of a testimony, we sure would appreciate it. And I'm going to just do
my name is Jules Green, and me and my husband, we have 5 children, and we homeschool. And the whole reason why we got involved with Linda and her program is because our first child, Talon, who now is 11, was showing some different kind of behavior and signs that we just knew wasn't quite your average child, and we saw as he was growing up that things progressively got more challenging, more difficult for him and for us, and just how we related with other people. And to name a few things, he has some license to lead and issues with large groups of people that he just can't manage. And so it was really quite a blessing that we were able to go to the seminar and listen to what Linda was speaking about with neurodevelopmental. And we'd never heard that kind of talk before. And it was really quite eye-opening, and we decided to give it a try on our son. And it really is the only program that we have truly tried and gone through that has actually worked for him and helped him be happier with who he is. And it really is quite amazing. I don't usually believe things until I know them to be true, and if you wait long enough with people and just life in general, you'll find out what is true and what's not true just by their fruit, or just by what progresses. People's natures always show through for what they are. And the same is true for different programs that you try. I mean, if you try different diets and whatnot, you may find it's just obviously, it might sound really good, look good on paper, but you try it, it just won't do anything or have the effect that you hoped that it would. And I'm very grateful to be able to say that with the program that we have, that Linda created with the neurodevelopmental plan for Talon, it really has made quite a difference in all our lives. I'm very thankful to have gone through it. It's been difficult on different levels, because it's a different, it's not your usual, it's not your usual kind of idea or program. It's really quite different. And I'm just thankful that we tried it, because it's what made the difference. He's not really easily diagnosed under any particular title or label that they have out there. So it was nice and refreshing to work with people that didn't really have any regard as to whether it was this or whether it was that. They were more interested in helping him become who he was meant to be. And I appreciate that. So thank you.
very, very humble and modest here. Her son is a totally different person through this approach. He's been given such opportunity. He's been given such a change in his abilities that he can really go for things now instead of, hiding away and not being able to accomplish.
Yeah, well, we're able to babysit our other children right now, which a year ago we just would never, ever have even remotely thought possible. We wouldn't have been safe.
Thank you so much. We have other families here that are using our approach. We've got a family who are also seeing some dramatic changes. Did you want to say anything or no? Okay, well, while they're deciding who's going to come up. Good, well, that's.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm close to you guys. David, we started the program last May. We got obsessed, or this May, and I've done about 50% of the program, and it's just huge, the change in David. We're really thrilled and excited to carry on, and I really believe in it. And even though, like Jules was saying, it's a bit of a different program because you're doing things that you just normally wouldn't do, but to see the results and to see the breakthrough. One example, he was kind of at like an emotional level of a 3-year-old back in May or this May, and now it's like he loves Justin Bieber. He goes on his laptop and he's Googling Justin Bieber and listening to his songs. And this morning or tonight, this afternoon he was in his older brother's room and he got into his computer stuff. And anyway, Sean was mad and said, "Stay out of my room, David." And David's like, "No," and he goes, "Stay out of my room." So then Sean kind of slammed the door, and then David goes downstairs and he comes back up and he knocks on the door and he goes, "Sean, we need to talk." Kept knocking, "Sean, we need to talk." And that's just huge because now he's just mature, right? Where he was at that little kid and people even treated him like a little kid. Now he's like a 13-year-old. So it works.
David, by the way, had a diagnosis of trisomy 21.